Hey guys, Kevpert here. Today we'll talk about some advanced goalkeeping, and I'll mainly cover the variety of double jump aerial save techniques. These happen all the time in a game, so mastering these techniques can make a huge difference in your game. First off, if you don't yet have experience hitting double jump aerials, click on the link here, which will take you back to my freestyle video where I covered the double jump aerial techniques extensively. These techniques are going to be the basis of this video, so make sure you understand them and have already practiced them. Let's get right to it. Here's a quick refresher on the three different types of double jump aerials. Type 1 is the double jump, then tilt back and boost. We have type 2, jump and tilt back, boost and then jump. And then we have type 3, jump, tilt back and boost at the same time, then jump again. To practice this, just find a floating shot in All-Star Goalie training. Now, simply double jumping and meeting the ball is pretty easy, so we're going to add some difficulty by driving or flipping out of position and having the car face awkward directions. Type 1 double jumping is slow to get you up, but great for making saves that are high in the goal and when you're in an awkward starting position. You can double jump, orient your car in the right way, then tip away a shot to safety. One of the things you have to get used to is making saves with your view impeded, just like that. It's just something you have to deal with, so this is good practice. Now I really want to highlight this kind of save, because it happens so often and is a big sticking point for a lot of people. When your car isn't exactly lined up with the ball, the double jump gives you time to get in the air, quickly orient your car, and then boost to meet the ball. Type 2 double jumping is a really useful technique because of one special feature. If your car is angled upward, the double jump gives you a little kick backwards to make a save. You can see that here, when this jump right here propels me across the goal to make the save. So there's a couple ways to practice some tough saves. You can line up on the side of the goal here and come across and make a save, or you can drive underneath the ball and then jump backwards to make a save. For these kinds of saves, you generally want to tip these sideways onto your backboard since you don't have a lot of space to work with. Now again, with this kind of save, where your car is slightly off the path of the ball, you can jump and orient your car, then boost and jump to meet the ball. Type 3 double jumping has a few useful applications. The first is simply meeting the ball at speed to get a big clear. Using this technique, you can cover most of the goal like this. Just line yourself up on the edge of the goal, power slide and boost, and just execute the type 3 double jump and get a big clear. You can also practice this individually in free play to make more game-like conditions. Just knock the ball behind the halfway line, come around it, and roll it up the corner. As the ball is traveling, head to the near post and execute a double jump aerial. The key to effective practice is to make training challenging so game situations seem relatively easy. Use each type of double jump aerial, and you'll soon begin to understand which technique is best for any given scenario. For example, here I drove way underneath the ball so that I had to jump backwards and execute a tough save. One more thing you can do is you can roll this up the back wall, get underneath it, and clear it with a double jump aerial. And maybe transition into an air duel. For this next part, we'll take a look at some common scenarios, break down my decision making and technique, and show you a variety of useful applications of the double jump aerial. Now, even though this play happens on the ground, I think this illustrates the importance of moving before the ball bounces off your back wall. Here, I initially thought about hitting this ball before it hit the wall, but I realized I had time and space, so I back up, anticipate the bounce, and begin moving towards the ball with speed before it even hit the wall, thus allowing me to get a big clear and relieve pressure. This next play is less about anticipation and more about technique. Here, I saw the ball was going high, so I made a quick type 2 double jump to get me straight up in the air before moving to the side with aerial to tip the ball to safety. This is why practicing and improving your car control is so important. You can see right here that there was an opponent ready to score, and I prevented a good chance for a goal. For this play, I make an almost identical clear, except this time I'm facing forwards and I tip the ball behind me to the corner, thus preventing a goal scoring opportunity. This is a skill I developed in all-star goalie training, where I would drive underneath the ball before doing a type 2 double jump to make the save. This practice is what gave me the technical ability to make this clear. This play is also very similar, but I want to quickly mention how I'm scanning the field before deciding where to clear the ball. I see that both my teammates are near the ball, and that there's a sole opponent there as well, so I decided to tip this right into space to give my teammates time to get back into good defensive position. This play is a perfect example of how practicing saves on floating shots in all-star goalie training pays off. At this point, I'm reading the path of the ball, use the second jump to propel me backwards, pulse my boost, and angle my car sideways to tip this off of my backboard. This one is a highly technical save, but I really want to emphasize what I'm doing before the shot even happens. As soon as I know the opponent is going to hit the ball, I start braking and backing up. I read the path and speed of the ball before using the type 2 double jump to propel me backwards to make this save. That little kick from the second jump gives me just enough to make the save. On this sequence, even though I was backwards, I felt confident in my ability to make the clear, since this technique is something that I practiced and demonstrated in free play earlier. Since I'm doing a backwards aerial, I can get a decent clear by smothering it with the top of my car against the wall. I really recommend going for these types of clears when you can. This is all part of you learning how to get to the ball fastest and clearing the danger before a shot even occurs, no matter the situation. For this play, I want to talk about decision making and tracking the flight of the ball. With 4 seconds left, I realize that my opponent is favored to hit the ball, so I turn and get myself in a position to cover my goal. It's an excellent power shot, which is when I boost to match my speed with the ball speed, then use a type 2 double jump to get up high and clear the ball off my backboard. For this last play, sometimes you don't have time to hit the ball before it hits the wall, so you have to hit it on its way back. This is a very difficult skill to execute, and requires excellent anticipation. I only went up for this because it was evident my opponent lobbed it up to set it up for his own shot, and I figured the only way to beat him to the ball was if I was already in the air before it hit the wall. I recommend going for these whenever you can. This is an incredibly useful skill that helps defend against top players who are comfortable dunking balls into the net off the backboard. So that about wraps up this video. So just to recap, you want to spend a lot of time in all-star goalie training and executing all those double jump aerials. The main thing you should focus on is making goalie training as difficult as possible. Flip out of position, save them facing your net, sideways, backwards, and really test your mechanical skills. After that, it's all about anticipation, reacting the fastest. You can practice that by moving before the ball hits the wall, by rolling it up the corners in free play, or trying it out in games. So, thanks for watching this video. I've been given a tremendous amount of support from you guys, so really thank you for all the kind words. If you have any questions, feel free to make a comment below and I'll make sure to respond.